Hey, what's going on, guys? Tropical Fish Guy here. Today we're going to be talking about what do pea puffers eat. Now, if you haven't seen me unbox these guys, I got some good pictures of them. I'll leave a link to the unboxing video up here in the description below. They're not good fish for beginner aquarists, kind of intermediate, but maybe beginner because of the fact that they're picky eaters. So the peculiar thing about these interesting fish is that pea puffers are 100% meat eaters, right? They prefer live foods. When I first introduced them to the tank, they went after the little snails underneath the plants and stuff. So they love the little tiny snails and stuff like that. And also their primary food are bloodworms, as well as brine shrimp, as well as other live foods, right? But I can't feasibly do live food all the time, hardly ever. So they're usually also fed frozen food. So a couple of foods that I'm gonna feed them are the bloodworms, all right? Get these from your local fish store. Omega-1 is real good. They come in these little packs, you just pop these out. If you don't have a local fish store, probably Petco or PetSmart, you know, they'll all have them in the refrigerated fish food section. And of course, the go-to standby are the brine shrimp, Omega-1 as well. What I like about Omega-1 is they got the individual ones, and not just, you don't have to crack off a block of bloodworms in your hand. You can just pop out a little square cube. And it also comes in handy, so we're gonna feed one of these bloodworms here, one of these chunks. Well, it also comes in handy is one of these cone feeders, right? Worm feeders. So I'll leave a link in the description below to these worm feeders, but all it is it just sits on top of the water like this. There's slits in here to where the worms can act like they're wiggling out and stuff, because you just don't want to dump a cube or thaw the thing out and dump it into the tank and just let it sit at the bottom of the tank. This way you can monitor how much food is being eaten, and you can dump out, what's left or what's about to be rotting, and you don't want that. It raises ammonia, right? So there's a couple different ways you can use this thing, right? So you can use this thing as a floating feeder. So this piece right here, this top piece right here, it sits on top of the water. I'll show you that here in a second. This piece goes in, and it floats along with the current. So the fish come in, start nibbling at this, and as the worms come out, right? But also, the second way you can use it is using this, stick it in here, right there, and then you can suck this onto the glass and it won't move with the water, so it's stationary. So stationary, floating around, or you can even remove this, and if you want to feed floating pellets in one certain area, you can use that as well, but that's not what we're gonna use for. We're gonna be doing it like this. I'll put a cube in there and I'll stick it in there, and let's take a look. So before they thaw out and ruin my bloodworms, I'm gonna just pop one of these things out, just like that. You're supposed to thaw it out, but I never do. I mean, I don't think it makes a difference. If they're too cold, they won't eat it, but they'll start defrosting, and plus I don't have time all the time to defrost stuff. I mean, let's be real. So as they thaw out in the water, they will get warm and they'll start coming out. And let me show you that here. But first, let me put these up. All right, so there you see it's not latched on to any part of the aquarium. I just let it free float. You will see that check out that little pea puffer right there. He's scoping it out, right? There's another one coming, right? Pay no attention to the guppies. There's another one, so there's three, look at that. They're checking it out. Wish I had better angles, camera angles. Yep, focus. There we go. So you'll notice that they are attempting, and look there. Oh, they're getting into a fight. That's why you don't put too many. Now, I tried to get those guppies out of there, but I just couldn't catch them. But eventually, when the pea puffers get hungry enough, look at there, Come on. They will eat that brine, they eat those bloodworms. As the bloodworms kind of slink on out of there. See, I don't, come on, dude. Yep, there you go. Come on, dude. Oh. You saw him take a nip there at him. There they go. When they first came in, they ate, oh, there he goes. Boom, did you see him? He knows now it's feeding time. Yep, that one's hungry. Okay, there's 4. Uh-oh, uh-oh. So now they can decide to eat when they figure out what it is, what it's all about, right? Okay. We know the guppies like it. No doubt about that. There's a big one. Look at there, huh? There's one. There's one taking it down. So you know, come on, focus, dude. So you know they will eat that, okay? All right, so take the lead. So follow the lead of that guy and start eating these bloodworms, and they shall be just very happy. We'll go ahead and monitor that. Look at that. Oh, yeah. We'll monitor that next hour or so, see how it's going. But that is how that worm feeder works. Isn't that cool? It just doesn't just dump out all over the floor and stuff, all over the ground. It gives them all the opportunity to have a piece of that food, have some of that food. And it slowly lets the worms come out so they're a lot more lifelike. As you can see them wiggle around. I wish I had better images for you guys. Look at that. Oh, there's 4. Originally there were 6, right? So I can verify 4. There's one down there, 5. Okay, so I see physically 5. I see 5 right there, plus the 1. Okay, so I'm going to say that all 6 are still alive. I don't know if I can get all 6 in the shot, but it looks like they're getting riled up. Looks like they're doing some eating. Eventually, I'll try to get those guppies out of there, but I don't think it matters that much. As long as the pea puffers get plenty to eat. And then we'll check it out. All right, so there you go, guys, to break it down for you. Live food if possible, whenever possible. Local fish stores, you can walk in and say, hey, give me a portion, which is like a teaspoon. Give me a portion of brine shrimp. Give me a portion of bloodworms. So whenever you're at the local fish store, you know, try that. Every now and then, they're going to love it. Use the worm feeder, of course. Don't get it all in your gravel. I guess you could if they're going to eat it. But live food, frozen brine shrimp, frozen bloodworms, frozen mysis shrimp, that type of thing. If you know of any other ones, what are you feeding your pea puffers? Let me know in the description below. Those are the top 3 things that I can give to you to feed them. Those are the top 3 foods that I would recommend as far as feeding the pea puffer. So smash that like button for the YouTube algorithm if you like this kind of content, and subscribe to the channel to get more of this information, as well as hit up the website, tropicalfishguide.com, right? Sign up to the newsletter, tropicalfishguide.com/sign up, and you'll, once every now and then we send out a newsletter with fascinating fish facts and all that good stuff. So do the things you do. Thanks so much for watching. Really appreciate you guys. And as always, happy fish keeping. Peace.